So just to introduce myself, so I'm Lewis Jones. I'm the sport experience manager at the University of Leicester. So basically, I look after the team that deliver all of the different sports programs that we're going to discuss today. But before I get into that, has that changed? There we go. Um, just want to give a little bit of an overview of what we want from a sport experience and basically kind of what vision we have, and that's to be the most inclusive sporting offer in HE. So we want to make sure that our activities are absolutely available for absolutely everyone, and we've got an offer to cater for everyone who comes to the University of Leicester. So that's kind of where we want to be, and we want to reflect that of the student body. So obviously we want to make sure that those that are engaged in our programs are reflected within the university student body. So the purpose that we feel that we have is to kind of support students transition into and develop an early sense of belonging at the University of Leicester, develop friends and support networks, adopt an active lifestyle that promotes physical, mental and emotional well-being, and have the opportunity to develop co-curricular skills that enhance employability and graduate outcomes. So they're kind of the small things that we believe that sport and active life and sport experience can bring to that. So just to give you a bit of a background, sport experience is obviously the team that I manage, and within that we've got kind of Georgina Robinson, who looks after our participation program, Vicky Turney and Steve, who look after our competitive sports offer and sports scholarship program. Melanie, who looks after kind of the active life, so a bit of gym in there and also kind of classes. Ebony Harding is our inclusion officer, so again links really nicely into our kind of vision. And then we've got Dylan Panchal, who looks after events and engagement. So we have some quite big events throughout the year, looking at like varsity sports awards, kind of awareness campaigns, and then also those of you that might have checked out our social media, Dylan's also responsible for looking after that. Just to get into a couple of the programs, I suppose, Let's Do Leicester is our kind of completely free social sport program. So there is no sign up required. There is no fees attached to it. You can literally just turn up. All of the equipment is provided for you. So it is essentially just taking yourself to the session, being greeted by an activator, getting yourself involved in the session, and then coming back hopefully week on week if you enjoy it, or maybe wanting to try something different. So obviously we have kind of like a termly schedule. So obviously this doesn't really change month on month. We try and keep it very similar for the term. Obviously the sessions are all across campus and also within halls of residence, because we know that we need to take sessions to students. And like I said, it's easily accessible because there is no cost associated. Hopefully we've brought the sessions to you so you can see that you've got like badminton, basketball within like Charles Wilson Sports Halls. We've got like we have like tea and talk, so we're also linking up with student support services, so they're providing some sessions. So tea and talk, we've got some social games going on, so a wide variety of sports and physical activity for you to get involved in. And another element to Let's Do Leicester is on a new kind of brand that's associated to it. It's called Let's Do This. So we kind of try and provide activities or sports in which potentially might be a little bit more niche for people. So we've obviously got Let's Do Racquetball. We've done Let's Do Riding. So we've taken, last year we took 18 students to go for 5 weeks worth of equestrian. We've done like couch to 5Ks. We offer swimming lessons and stuff like that. So they do come at a small cost, but it's very minimal. So for instance, the swimming lessons is £20 for 8 weeks worth of swimming lessons. I've just seen a question come in: where do we find the timetables for the sports? All of this will be available. So at the end, there's a bit of a link to all of the different programs. So we promote most of our stuff on social media. So it'd be at UOL_sport, and you'll be able to kind of find all the timetables from that. But yeah, I should give you a bit of a flavour of Let's Do Leicester. Like I said, it's all free, and we want as many people to be engaged as possible. The second element of kind of participations recreational sport is Campus League. This is kind of what we call our semi-competitive sports offer even. And essentially it's for people that want to kind of put teams in together, might not want to train, but do want to have still some sort of competitive element. So these are kind of like internal leagues within University of Leicester. So we've got kind of societies in there, we've got friendship groups in there. We've got kind of halls of residence groups in there, etc. So again, it's just making sure that you kind of find a team and you can enter that. So we have 11-a-side and 7-a-side football. We have futsal, we have netball, and we have badminton as our weekly kind of scheduled sports. However, we also have tournaments throughout the year. So we look at like volleyball tournaments, dodgeball tournaments, and again, we work with our Team Leicester clubs to put those on. And then if you're didn't want to take part, I will come on to it a little bit later, but we do have the opportunity to kind of coach and officiate within those. So again, we've got opportunities there. And again, it links into our vision of having the most inclusive sport in Africa, because there's always something for someone. So that's kind of our participation social sport. Team Leicester is our competitive sports offer. So again, we've got kind of 31 different sports clubs at the university that kind of all take part in competitive sports. So whether that's up against other universities or kind of in national, regional events. So as you can see there, 28 of the 31 participate in BUCS, which is kind of the British University College sport, and like I said, compete on like a Wednesday afternoon or at a weekend at regional, national events. On the left, I'm not sure how kind of clear it is, but basically these are all of our give it a go sessions. So all of our Team Leicester sports clubs will basically have these sessions which everyone can attend. So from Tuesday the 24th of September through to Thursday the 3rd of October, all of these sessions are free to attend, and you can literally go and try them out and just see which kind of sports you will like. So we've tried to put them on at different times, so there's always opportunity for you to kind of try different things. Team Leicester does require membership to take part. Obviously, within that, you kind of get provided with all of your training times, coaching, travel to fixtures, facility hire, etc. So there is a cost that's associated to that, which again, I'll come on to. But to join any of our clubs, you would need to have a minimum of a club membership, which you'd get from the Students' Union, and a minimum of a sports membership. Again, I'll come on to that a little bit later, but you'd need to have both of those to be able to compete, to take part in any kind of training or fixtures. We do also have a kind of sports scholarship and coaching officiating award, so a pathway for students to get involved in. So the elite kind of the Elite Athlete Award was kind of introduced probably about 10 years ago, and has kind of changed slightly in terms of, again, linking into kind of our more inclusive route. So we only provide usually about 10 athletes with this award, and that could be somebody who's competing on a regional or national level. So we try and support them so they can continue to excel in their kind of sporting career, as well as alongside their academic studies. And then, just to go on to that, the picture associated there is Nick Cummins. So Nick was a master's student here, and obviously we supported him through kind of his master's degree, and he went on to go and get Paralympic gold. Unfortunately, they came fourth this year, but the one before 2020 in Tokyo, he did get Paralympic gold in wheelchair rugby. So that's just another little success story that we like to showcase. And then the coaching officiating award, we understand that not everyone wants to take part in sports or like participate in it in an active way. So there's opportunities to gain coaching qualifications, officiating qualifications, kind of leadership qualifications, those sort of things that are related to sport, which again, hopefully in turn could potentially mean that you could go and get paid for some coaching work or some officiating work. So again, there's a fund available for people to go through that. We can't promise to fund absolutely all of your course, but what we can do is look to subsidize it in return for some volunteer hours. So again, another opportunity for you to kind of get involved in sport in that element. Obviously, spoke a little bit around membership. So these are currently our kind of membership offerings. So we have a gold membership, which is basically our annual membership. You do have to pay this all up front, but it's £165 for the whole academic year. So that will last you from the date of purchase through to the 31st of August. That gets you absolutely everything, as you can see from that right-hand side. So you get gym, swim, all your spa facilities, classes. You can book out pitches, courts. You get Universal, is basically allows you to go to other university gyms that are in the same Universal program, and obviously you can access Team Leicester. Termly is very similar, but obviously only allows you from 12 weeks from the date of purchase. And then the monthly membership, unfortunately, doesn't offer you kind of access to Team Leicester. But if you were just looking to kind of join the gym and you wanted to pay that on a monthly basis, it's not direct debit. You would have to kind of pay the £22, and then at the end of that, you'd have to then pay it again, either online or in the at the sports centre. So, but unfortunately, that doesn't give you access to Team Leicester. So they're kind of our memberships that we have available. Obviously, we do also have pay as you go. So again, you can come and just try it out. Just in line with that, from the 21st of September through to the 29th of September, we basically provide everyone with the opportunity to come and try the sports centres out. So you can take your student card to any of our sports centres and try them out for free as many times as you want before making a purchase, if you were to purchase a membership. So again, that's all available there. And like I said here, all memberships are purchased online. So obviously, apart from the monthly, when you're repurchasing, all of them are available online, and that's where you have to purchase them from. Kind of just to give a bit of an overview, we have kind of three main sports facilities. We've got the Roger Bettel Sports Centre out in Oadby. So again, gym, pool, sports hall, studios. We've got spa facilities. That's where we have most of our outdoor kind of training facilities. So we've got an full-size Astro, loads of outdoor tennis courts, a bit of a five-a-side, what they call a mugger, which is essentially just an Astro artificial pitch, but it's a bit smaller. We have rugby pitches, we have football pitch out there as well. Stoughton Road is where we play most of our fixtures. So again, we've got all of our grass pitches down there, looking at football, rugby, lacrosse, American football. And Daniel Brown is the sports centre on campus. So again, gym, pool, studios, spa facilities, etc. Unfortunately, we don't have any kind of pitches on campus, but we obviously do have all of the gym, etc. So that's just a bit of an overview of the facilities that we have. Obviously, to find out more information and what's available for when you do arrive here at Leicester, we do have a sports fair, so a specific sports fair for us and the Team Leicester clubs and sports societies. So on Tuesday, the 24th of September, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. in the SU Square, we'll have the opportunity for you to kind of come along, meet all the different student groups, meet ourselves, ask any questions around Let's Do Leicester, Campus League, Team Leicester, and hopefully find a sport that you'd like to go and try out. We will also be there on the Wednesday. Some clubs will also be there on the Wednesday. So if you do miss Tuesday, then you can pop in on the Wednesday just to find out a little bit more information. And then what I've done is just put a load of links in at the end, just to kind of help you kind of find your way around and make sure that you can find all the information we've discussed today. So again, I'll leave that in the kind of presentation, and if that gets sent out. But yes, if you have any questions, please either feel free to pop your hand up or pop them in the chat. But if there's not, then I'm more than happy to kind of pass over to Amelia to give a bit of an overview of their experience. Got a bit of typing going on. Yes. So the question is, so with the gold membership, do we still need to buy one with the sports teams? Yes. So to give a bit of an overview of that, so the sports membership is managed by and administered by Sport and Active Life, which is ourselves, and basically the clubs have a separate finance pot which they utilize. So again, so you have to buy the sports membership with ourselves, and then you buy a club membership with the actual Team Leicester club. Now the reason for that is obviously that money goes directly to the club, so that they can then spend back on yourselves. So again, they look to develop the club, whether that's new equipment, whether that's subsidy for travel or kind of kit or something similar. So whilst there is an expense or an outlay of funding, that money does get spent back on you through that club. So you would have to have both to take part. Are the Leicester students team for squash in the Leicestershire squash leagues? I'll be honest with you, they have. It changes year on year. Again, it all depends on which club committee come in and what they decide they want to do. Essentially, obviously, anything external to Bucks is funded by themselves. So again, that'd be entirely up to them whether they choose to do that. So that would be something you'd have to ask the club if you came on Tuesday the 24th. what was included in the towel and so essentially the towel is an extra £55 for the year. That essentially allows you access to basically have a towel every time you come to the come to the sports centre. You basically pick it up from reception, you put it in the wash bin at the end, and you get a fresh towel every time you arrive. So that is an extra £55 if you wanted that luxury. And the universal programme, just to explain that a little bit more, is essentially within British University College Sport, there's obviously a load of institutions that sign up to Bucks Universal. And essentially, if you have the appropriate membership with us, which is a gold membership, you can then go and use other local other university gyms. So you might go back home for Christmas, Easter, weekends, etc. Or you might go visit friends. You can go use their facilities and other universities' facilities while you're away by purchasing the membership here. What does the access to Team Leicester mean? So the access to Team Leicester, so Team Leicester is our competitive sports offer. And like I said, to access them, that basically provides you the opportunity to go train with them. So they'll obviously have sports halls, pitches, etc. booked out. There's coaching available. So we put budget aside to provide coaching for all of the Team Leicester clubs who'd have access to that. You'd be able to play in competitive fixtures. So, like I said, they play on a Wednesday or sometimes weekends, etc. So you'd have opportunity to go play there. They travel up and down the country. Obviously, most of our clubs are in Midlands leagues. So again, you could travel to Nottingham, Loughborough, Warwick, but then there's also the opportunity to travel to UEA, for instance, which is 3 hours. Again, all that bus is provided for you. So there's really not too much else that you'd need. Obviously, if you wanted to purchase kit, then that's a personal kind of preference. Then you obviously can do that as well. But everything else that's associated with the club is provided. There's kit provided in terms of playing kit. It'd just be the leisure wear that you kind of wouldn't be able to access and you would need to purchase yourselves. So that's what we mean when we talk around access to Team Leicester. Any other questions before I pass over to Amelia? Doesn't look that way. So Amelia, I'll pass over to you. Obviously, if people put them in, we can answer them at the end.
Hi. Yeah, so basically I was part of the ladies hockey team as well as the mixed hockey team. And then within the ladies hockey team, we are joined with the men's team and win the Netball Campus League, which came out of the club budget, which obviously comes from the membership you paid for your team. So that's like an insight of what we might do with it. I was also social set captain for the lady side. So might organize socials, and then some of the budget will go towards like face paint or like inflatables. At least that's what we did at ladies hockey. And then in terms of like Let's Do Leicester, my friends did it. The timetable always looked really cool, but I was always playing hockey, so I couldn't always have a go at it. But I recommend the gold membership because you can do strength and conditioning training your sport. Sorry, one of our teammates, she created a strength and conditioning gym session, so you could do that if you wanted to, but it wasn't always necessary. Our like most people have like social teams, so our twos would be kind of social, but we obviously they both get coaching, and like the Team Leicester membership that also helps contribute to like coaching fees and stuff like that. And Bucks is really cool as well. But I definitely join a society because they're great for like a night out. They do sober socials as well, and it's a great way to make friends outside of like your course group or your accommodation, depending on where you make your friends.
In a nutshell, I think you've
sure
covered it all there. Yeah, no, I think you've absolutely covered it. I think like the opportunities are, or from our perspective, and again, we're not trying to blow our own trumpet, but there's loads of different opportunities, and we hope that we have an opportunity for absolutely everyone. And I think our biggest thing is if you don't feel that is the case, then we are very approachable. So whether that is a new session in Let's Do Leicester or again, the monthly membership came back off some feedback from students to say that there wasn't an opportunity for that. And again, we looked at it and we worked with students on it. So we're very open to kind of ideas and feedback. So like I said, I think as Amelia said, please do take us up on our offer, try and find something you enjoyed. But if there's not something, then don't be afraid to come and raise it with us, because we're very open to kind of new ideas and making sure that we are being as inclusive as possible. So, but I don't believe. Oh, is there another question? I think there was. Yes, so that's a great question, Hasina. We do have an alumni membership. So I believe, and again, membership's not my strong point, but I believe you can have an alumni membership for 2 years after you graduated from the university, and then I think after those 2 years you can become an associate, because you are associated to the university. But again, all of that information is available on our memberships page on our website. A great question.